genus of bacteria. Now, as far as the species goes, so species, when we talk about species, we're talking about Burgdorferi, Hermsii, Miyamotoi. So these are all different types of species of Borrelia bacteria, and there are at least 52 species of Borrelia bacteria. So when we think about testing moving forward, the testing does not always pick up all these different species.
There
and a
you
lot
go.
of these species cause very overlapping symptoms to Lyme disease, and I'm sure a lot of you maybe have a species that's just not detectable by testing. So the Borrelia species, so the ones that are known to cause Lyme disease are collectively called Borrelia burgdorferi sensu latu. So if you ever hear of the sensu latu group, this is the Lyme disease causing group of bacteria.
What does it look like?
It's typically broken down into the New World, Old World, and then a combination of both. About the third point down, you could see Borrelia burgdorferi sensu stricto. So that's kind of the classic Lyme bacteria that we know of and that we refer to. But you can see there are a lot of other different species of Borrelia that can cause Lyme disease. So I do want to make that clear. There are also emerging genospecies. So these are just other species of Borrelia like Lostari, Mayoni, and Miyamotoi. Of course, the Mayo Clinic recently discovered Borrelia mayoni, and it was this huge deal that they discovered this new species of Borrelia. I think they kind of forgot that there are a lot of other ones out there too. So this is a nice map. This is looking at the sensu latu group. So again, this is the Lyme disease causing group. Up at the very top with those orange arrows, you could see the Borrelia burgdorferi sensu stricto, and you could see it's found throughout the Americas and in Europe as well. But it just gives you an idea that there are a lot of different species of Borrelia that are found worldwide. So again, the classic Lyme bacteria, the Borrelia burgdorferi, there are 5 subspecies. Now I'm going to start talking about strains. Now a strain is a genetic variant or subtype of a particular bacteria. So they vary genetically. So in the USA, there are over 100 strains of Borrelia burgdorferi. In the world, there are over 300 strains of Borrelia burgdorferi. So this is where we run into some issues with testing. So with testing, what we're doing is most commercial test kits look at one strain of Borrelia burgdorferi, and that is the B31 strain. So this strain, it's considered a lab strain at this point because it's been stabilized in culture for so long that it doesn't even resemble the wild type Borrelia anymore. So if we look at this graph over here, you can see all the way on the left side that it says Lyme disease group, and then below that the relapsing fever group. That all branches off, and where I wrote strain in the red in the upper corner, those are all different strains.
My vision is bad,
so you can see there are a bunch of strains of Borrelia burgdorferi, and then going down into the relapsing fever group, we have Borrelia miyamotoi, Borrelia hermsii. So again, the testing, most commercial test kits only look at one strain, and there are over 300 strains of one species of Borrelia bacteria worldwide. So the odds of testing positive is very slim unless you're using a good laboratory that looks at multiple species and multiple strains of Borrelia. So again, this is just that one strain, strain 31, that commercial strain. It has one of the largest and most complex genomes known of any bacteria. It actually has 9 circular plasmids and 12 linear plasmids. Now, when I talk about plasmids contain genetic material that allow for genetic exchange between different species. So one Borrelia species could transmit genetic material to another species. And this allows for pathogenicity. It also allows for the development of bacterial resistance as well. So again, this is a very complex organism we're dealing with a lot of different species and a lot of different strains.
We're smart.
So not only is it genetically diverse, Borrelia contains many different forms as well. So you probably have heard of forms of Borrelia. So Borrelia is considered pleomorphic because it has so many forms. So there are a lot of different morphologic variants. So here's just a little quote from one of the great papers that was published on these forms. Borrelia burgdorferi sensu latu is pleomorphic, being able to change its morphology as response to environmental